paano ba naa-access ang isang bot? Kahit karaniwang Telegram user, kaya po bang gawin yan? Pero yung Andres
Yes po.
na bot searchable on Telegram
Yes po.
by any ordinary Telegram user?
Yes po. Sa isang pindot lang po yan. And more than, I think it was more than 50 videos ang sunod-sunod na isa-send. You can see here na minark yung damit, and then you can choose like, let's say, the body type and stuff, and then produce, then pipindutin, and then will just have to wait for a few seconds, and then ilalabas na po yung picture. So that picture po. So yung operation po nito, our study po nito ay pinangalanan po namin Operation Maria for let's say Maria meaning means po is mga bata. In general name lang po. And then next slide po. And then how we are able to let's say sell content before and also now. Dati po is meron pong mga, let's say, tinatawag pong dark web websites na hindi po siya accessible through normal means sa mga normal browsers. You can only access them via special browsers or specific browsers. And yung mga payments po dati, you can only buy or sell mga contents or site contents gamit lamang po yung mga money transfers and also bank transactions. Pero ngayon po, there has been, let's say, yung technology po natin is nag-evolve. There's messaging apps, also e-wallet transactions, different social media platforms na nagpapakita ng mga OSAIC-related activities. Also, there's automation and also the use of artificial intelligence regarding this.
So, initial impressions, Mr. Villamayor, dati, mas mahirap i-access at mas may money trail or paper trail. Ngayon, mas madaling ma-access tapos mas mahirap namang i-detect ng investigative authorities. Okay, please proceed.
Regarding naman po dun sa, let's say, sa automation, we actually have a demonstration po within the next slide. Medyo blur lang po namin yung mga parts since medyo sensitive po siya. And then kindly play po yung video since there is a video po. Okay, seems like we are having trouble po sa pag-play ng video. Explain ko na lang po kung ano po yung contents po ng video.
Yes, please. Subukan namin ma-play during the hearing.
So regarding naman po dito sa demonstration po na to is it's a Telegram bot na you only have to press a button para mabigyan po ng, let's say, permission yung bot na mag-send sa'yo ng sunod-sunod na videos ng OSAIC. And then you can within one press of a button po, and also there are many bots na ganito rin po yung nature pero iba po ng function. Let's say there are bots na lets you undress yung mga minors or any other people gamit po sa pamamagitan po ng bots and artificial intelligence. And then next slide po.
Before you proceed, Comsec, nandito yung Telegram.
Madam Chair, we're not able to send invitation.
All right, we'll invite them to the next hearing. Salamat. Please proceed, Mr. Villamayor.
Yes po. Regarding po sa next slide. Ayan po yung video. Seems like we are able to play it po naman.
And before you proceed again, Mr. Villamayor, paano ba na-access ang isang bot? Kahit karaniwang Telegram user, kaya po bang gawin yan?
So, there are some bots po na searchable po siya. Let's say yung mga undress bots po, it is searchable po within dun sa search engine po ng Telegram. And then some other bots you can only access them through, let's say, mga private links po na isasend po ng ibang tao.
Pero yung undress na bot searchable on Telegram by any ordinary Telegram user?
Yes po.
Wow. Okay. Please proceed.
Okay po. Diyan po sa video, kita niyo po, sunod-sunod pong nagsasend yung bot po ng mga OSAIC videos. And sa isang pindot lang po yan. And more than, I think it was more than 50 videos ang sunod-sunod na isa-send. And then
And this is on Telegram, this
Yes po.
particular video.
And then they use this kind of method to attract po yung, let's say, mga interested po sa mga OSAIC na mga perpetrators po. And yung mga, let's say, yung mga videos po na yan, kapag pinindot po, is may naka-embed po na link na, let's say, to invite on other GCs and stuff. And then, next slide po.
And that's also on Telegram, yung
Yes.
ibang mga links para
Yes po.
ide-direct ka sa mga group chats.
Yes po.
Right.
Next slide po, slide number 4. So, methodology. This is the process that how we are able to get yung mga OSAIC, or let's say, yung network kung saan nag-ooperate yung mga OSAIC. So, sa online platforms, even Google, we are able to search kahit yung, let's say, mga normal terms or specific terms na related sa OSAIC. And hindi po siya madaling mahanap kung yung parang specific term lang po yung itatype nyo. There's a method po kung paano talaga mahanap. Let's say, tinatawag po siyang OSINT, or let's say, you identify the file that you are looking for, and also you add the search term that you are looking for para makita po, let's say, mga open directories and also mga open servers na naglalaman po ng files sa mga Google results po.
Anong ibig sabihin ng OSINT?
Regarding po dyan, Open Search Intelligence Network? Pagkakalala ko.
So OSIN, O-S-I-N. And nasa Google ito?
OSINT is a method po to search.
On any platform?
Yes. Basically
Right, please
po.
proceed.
And then, yun nga po, via Telegram and Facebook. So we are able to get po yung mga invite links sa mga group chats. Most common po is dun sa Telegram, since Facebook is highly monitored po, and then yung Telegram is, di ko po masasabi na hindi po siya monitored, but there's a lot of GCs na nahanap po namin sa Telegram rather than Facebook po.
And what about Google?
Sa Google po is websites mostly.
Please proceed.
So sa monitoring naman po, we are able to get the chat logs, advertisements, and also some samples, and also proof of transactions regarding po dito. And then yung next slide po is magpapakita ng demonstration po ng isang seller kung paano niya ina-advertise yung this kind of activities. Yan po, we are able to communicate po dun sa seller, and we tried to see what are or let's say what is he or she is offering through Telegram. And nag-send po siya ng samples, and also some kind of marketing strategy na rin po para ma-attract po lalo yung mga interested po sa OSAIC related activities po. And then,
At ano yung marketing strategies nila?
yes. Yung mga marketing strategies po nila is most likely nagsasend po sila ng mga free contents through GCs, and also they send mga links kung saan pwede mo makita yung mga free samples and stuff. And kapag let's say you are interested with it, parang madali na lang rin i-message sila na, you offer this kind of content, I'm interested. And then magsasend na po agad sila ng let's say payment method kung saan ka magbabayad, so that after you pay it, isasend na po nila yung mga invite links para makapasok ka dun sa GC na private. Yan lang po, Madam.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Villamayor. And itong mga activities ng mga OSAIC, CSAM, producers and distributors and consumers, may iba't ibang degree of walang regulation or konting regulation on different platforms.
Regarding naman po dyan is sa Telegram, since it's encrypted and hindi po siya madaling matrace kahit po yung, let's say, servers ng Telegram is yung mga messages po doon is encrypted, hindi siya madaling mabasa ng, let's say, administrator or nung mismong owner, kahit yung mismong owner po. It's hard to regulate po sa side nila, and also regarding this po is hindi po siya mati-take down hanggat wala pong nagre-report or wala pong nagre-report sa main side po ng Telegram. Actually, there's another slide po na sa presentation na ipapakita po yung mga parang key findings po namin regarding this.
Please proceed.
Slide number 6. Okay, so we regarding massive digital presence of OSAIC, we are able to get around 14 or see around 14,000 messages or more containing OSAIC related keywords such as mga specific keywords po na sa OSAIC. I'm not sure if I can say it here, pero there's also 200 almost or approximately 200 GB of content or more are circulating online. So almost 200,000 images and also videos po regarding this. And we tried to get po yung sa member counts. Let's say we tried to calculate po per GC or per group chat. And we are able to identify around 40,000 or 400,000 members rather. And then so how
Those keywords are known to the platforms?
yes po.
Okay, so hindi nila pwedeng sabihin inosente sila, scene of the crime na hindi nila alam. By now, alam nila yung mga keywords
Yes po.
na ginagamit para mag-search sa platforms
Yes
nila
po.
at para biktimahin yung mga bata.
Yes po.
Okay, please proceed.
And also how perpetrators operate. Use of coded language, ECCP for child porn, and candies, meaning let's say it's kind of like a sweet that attracts children. Also baguettes, which means bata. And also they use certain keywords such as ATABs, which is yung parang binaligtad lang po na bata and then may S sa dulo, to avoid detection.
I've also seen ATABs in some communications but literally referring to bata.
Yes po.
So dapat maging sensitive, maging, sabi kanina ni na Attorney Inocencio, proactive. Yung mga platforms, yung mga regulators, even law enforcement, to know from the context clues kung kailan ginagamit yung ATABs or such words with criminal intent.
Yes po.
Please
And
proceed.
also, groups operate in subscription-based model, whereas you have to pay a certain amount to enter a group chat. So, yung amount po na yun is nagro-range from 100 to 1,000 pesos. And then, yung mga local contents po, which is mga Filipino children, let's say, is mas mahal po siya dito sa Pilipinas. And then, kahit po sabihin natin mas mahal, yun pa rin po yung pinipili ng mga tao.
Mas mahal dito sa Pilipinas, mas mura sa ibang bansa.
Mas mura po yung mga presyo ng foreign OSAIC po. Mas mahal po yung presyo ng mga Filipino na OSAIC po.
Weird, parang baliktad, no? Alam nyo ba kung bakit ganoon?
We are unable to provide data as of now since we are trying to find yung main reason po nila regarding that.
Tapos subscription-based
Yes,
models. Nung bata kami, subscription para sa dyaryo, magazine. Tapos ngayon, subscription para sa streaming services. Gusto mong manood ng sine. So pati dito, sa
Yes, po.
OSAIC CSIM subscriptions.
Yes po.
Okay, please
So,
proceed.
sa subscription naman po is depende rin po sa seller if gaano katagal yung subscription po na yun. Minsan nag-offer sila 1 month, 3 months, and also 1 year or actually lifetime. And they even offer, let's say, for 100 pesos, you can access one group chat. And for, let's say, 500 pesos, you are able to access all group chats na available po sa kanila. Since different group chats have different categorization po regarding this. Let's say you want foreign, you want local, you want some other stuff na, let's say, kinky para sa kanila.
So, kinocommodify talaga yung mga bata.
Yes po.
Nag-offer ng packages, promo,
Yes.
parang discounted. pero ang patay yung binebenta nila.
Oh.
Please
And then,
proceed.
repeated shutdowns and reestablishment of networks despite takedowns. So, regarding naman po dito is kapag na-take down or may nag-report po sa, let's say, group chat po na yon, they are able to recover quickly po since they are, let's say, saving all those videos sa mga computers po nila, and after they got taken down or they got shut down, they will just upload it, gawa sila ng bagong GC and use other username to create another GC, and then i-upload lang po nila ulit lahat yun.
So ang nati-take down lamang ay mga specific na content na yun mismo ang nireklamo, pero hindi yung buong, kumbaga, database ng mga yan nung kalakal nila.
Minsan po, there's some instances na kapag may nireport na, let's say, this is OSAIC-related material, minsan po yung buong GC po yung nati-take down or buong group chat po. Hindi lang po yung isang video po na yan.
Please proceed.
Okay, so persistent nature of crime, OSAIC networks quickly regenerate after takedowns by social media platforms, as I said earlier. And encrypted messaging apps, an example is Telegram, make it difficult to track offenders, as I also said earlier. And there's also some screenshots that I can actually show you. Bliner ko lang yung mga, let's say, sensitive info regarding this. And makikita po dito yung mga, let's say, certain keywords, and also the member count, the media files shared, and also the sizes of the files here. So dun sa left side is makikita po na there's foreign, expedite, and then ATABs. Sa around the middle part, there's 71,000 members dun sa top part, and also more than 1,000 members dun sa baba. And then media files, 4,800, 5,000, 22,000, 7,000 media files. And also dun sa regarding naman po dun sa bottom right, they are not able to send yung mga videos, kaya minsan nilalagay nila sa zip file para hindi po siya madaling ma-detect. Kaya naka-zip file po yung mga names po na yan. So makikita nyo, random 99, that means it's the 99, or let's say pang 99 parts po na yan. And then there's 99 to number 1. So marami po yan. And then next slide po. So dito po sa key findings is victim age range and background. We are able to identify is yung youngest victim is around 1 year old and oldest victim is 17-year-old. Pero most common victim is 10 years old according po dun sa mga nakita po namin sa chat logs. And Filipino being the most common, Chinese, Japanese, Russian, American, Southeast Asian, and South American are other things, or other races po. And then, so how content is categorized and sold? So, yun nga po, there's different group chats that are categorized by age, nationality, and abuse types.
They categorize by abuse type?
Yes po.
Perverse talaga mula sa simula hanggang
Yes.
sa dulo. Please proceed.
Okay, so some locally produced content is sold at a higher price than foreign contents. And some contents is non-consensual. Let's say some of them are stolen images or leaked private conversations, and also children. We also saw children's as content sellers. Like they intentionally take a video of themselves and also post it online, and also sell it as, let's say, in exchange for monetary value. Some self-minors self-produce and sell illicit materials, and other children are coerced or blackmailed into producing this kind of content. Next slide. So doon naman po sa transactions, the most common payment platform used is GCash, due to madaling ma-access din yung GCash, and also Maya, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin. Pero konti na lang po yung gumagamit ng cryptocurrency regarding this. And also use of mule accounts and third-party businesses to hide identities. So what I mean by mule accounts is they have other accounts na hindi sa kanila nakapangalan. Let's say e-wallets. They are able to buy e-wallets from other people para magamit po nila. And also usage of sari-sari store para hindi madaling matrace yung totoong number po nila or yung personal e-wallet na ginagamit po nila for everyday use.
So nagmumukhang tingi-tinging bili sa
Yes.
sari-sari store or even convenience stores.
Yes.
And Comsec, I believe I heard from Comsec earlier that GCash, PayPal, and Maya are all here. Thank you. Please proceed, Mr. Villamayor.
So techniques used to avoid detection, payments sent to business registered accounts instead of personal accounts. So we are able to see one and some other, let's say, payment transactions na gumagamit ng business accounts rather than personal accounts regarding this. So we are not sure if we are able to name yung business account po na yon. Pero for privacy reason, hindi na po muna namin sasabihin. And then use of QR codes and third-party transfers to obscure fund trails. So instead po na yung number po yung isa-send po nila, so let's say e-wallets, they are just sending po yung QR para let's say hindi po agad siya matrace. And then money laundering through layered transactions across multiple platforms. So bank payments and stuff like that. And proof of payment as
And we'll ask AMLAC about that later, the money laundering. Please proceed, Mr.
So
Villamayor.
proof of payment as verification, buyers must send screenshots of payments to gain access, and perpetrators often offer free samples to prove legitimacy before selling full content. So regarding po dito is meron po akong mga screenshots na nakuha na sinend po ng mga seller na nagpo-prove na totoo palang nag-o-offer ako ng ganito ganyan para ma-prove din sa mga let's say buyers na this is legit, this is real. Doon po sa next slide. So that screenshots are screenshots from seller po. And they are able to prove naman na nagbebenta talaga sila ng ganyan through this kind of method. So dun po sa second picture, dun pala sa first picture is yun yung parang lahat ng screenshots na sinend ng seller. And dun sa second, third, and fourth are the zoomed in version. So yung second and third, they did receive money. And as a reply, they sent yung mga invite links po sa Telegram, or which is they can access yung mga OSAI contents po na ganito. And then the third picture or fourth picture actually is yung transaction lang or receipt ng transaction. And then next slide, there's a video for the next slide regarding other platforms.
Mr. Villamayor, before we leave the key findings, I understand that Deep Web Connect has previously coordinated with law enforcement
Yes
on
po.
these, tama po, no? So yung findings po, key findings lalo na ibigay nyo na rin po sa law
Yes po.
enforcers natin. Okay, salamat. Please proceed.
Regarding naman po sa next slide, we have a video here which is the findings of other platforms na we did have a demonstration kung paano ginagamit yung Andres AI since
Yan din yung gusto kong i-follow up sa inyo, sir. Yung paano ba talaga yung bot na Andres? Kasi, so may photo ng bata na nakadamit and then AI will undress her or him? So,
Yes po.
pagpapaliwanag po.
So regarding po dun sa Telegram bot, we are unable to produce results po dun since it is paid and parang ayaw po namin na magbayad regarding po that. And then so we actually tried to find another website that are offering the same kind of content. So this video shows how or demonstrate how to use the website or let's say para maipakita yung results ng website po na yun. And kindly play the video po. Seems
There.
there you go. So the photo we used for this is AI generated para hindi na rin kami makagamit ng let's say mga real pictures ng minors. So picture is AI generated lang po. And then this is actually a quick process. It did take a minute just less than a minute, actually, just 58 seconds to generate this kind of content. So we can see here na minark yung damit, and then you can choose, like, let's say, the body type and stuff, and then produce, then pipindutin, and then will just have to wait for a few seconds, and then ilalabas na po yung picture. So that picture po, we just censored it po since medyo sensitive po yung picture po na yan. So that is how actually shows how actually easy it is to use let's say emerging technologies to facilitate this kind of content po. And that's all po.
So, almost belaboring the obvious, pero mas mapanganib nga ba ang OSAIC ngayon because of the emergence of these AI technologies? And aside from what you've already presented, in what ways?
So, let's say, yes, mas mapanganib po siya since, let's say, through the ease of access na rin po, since mas madali siyang i-access kumpara dati. And with just, let's say, a simple keyword search, you are able to see this kind of content. With, let's say, through the right network, you are able to see this kind of content. So, mas madali po siyang i-access. So, let's say, we can actually say na mas dangerous po siya ngayon.
Salamat, Mr. Villamayor. May mga follow-up questions ako both for Deep Web Connect and or IJM na, halimbawa, bate po sa mga research ninyo o yung mga studies na sinasite nyo or nag-participate kayo, may particular demographic profile ba yung populasyon, yung una yung target clients ng mga nagpapakalat ng mga CSAM at yung mismong mga nagbebenta ng CSAM? Before you answer that, just a follow-up, Mr. Villamayor, dun sa ipinakita nyo. Anong AI app po iyon?
Can we say the name po dito?
If you're not sure, you could tell the committee in confidence inside. And more importantly, nasabi nyo na, nabigay nyo na ba sa law enforcement?
Yes po.
All right, that will do for now. Thank you.
Regarding po dun sa name po ng tool na ginamit is, you can actually easily search it po dun sa Google or using a normal browser, which is Andres AI tool. Yun po yung ginamit na tool po namin.
So it's even searchable on Google.
Yes po.
Wow, di ba? Why would you even make that available anyway?